All right, everybody, we are back. I said that we would switch over to Satus, but I think that let's hang out with Cal and
Yeah.
Helena just a second longer because I want to
Yeah, it's
see
valid.
what their immediate reaction to the situation is, because I think that it may impact what's happening with Satus. But yeah, Cal, Helena, the smoke just stuck its way through the cracks in the stones that are
So,
blocking your way out of the out of this cave. Some of it being slightly on fire and smoldering still, but it is gone now.
I am absolutely furious. I can't believe we trusted that. I should have seen through it. I should have thought. We don't learn. This is the second time this has happened. You know the only person I trust, other than you guys, of course, Maeve. You know why? Because Maeve is really rude to us. And
yeah,
when people are nice, that I'm so angry.
Helena, I feel
Yep.
very foolish. And I would
But
appreciate it if you didn't tell Satus about my antics. I'm embarrassed. But anyway, I
of
think
course not. I am furious. You have
Okay.
every right to do whatever you want, and it's just awful. I'm furious for you, and I should have stopped him somehow. And
I should have seen it. I should have seen it. I was dumb. And Ugh. Okay, so what can we do?
Trapped?
Are we trapped?
This is the only way out that you know of.
There's one more tunnel that we haven't looked down yet.
We're not cut off from that.
And there's the pool of water.
Yep.
Or we can try somehow to blast our way through here.
I like that.
I don't know if I have anything that can blast.
Should I give it a shove?
Yeah. You're very strong.
Yeah, roll me that strength check, Helena.
I mean, I don't want to kill us, ideally.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, this might be actually, yeah, like, do you want to kind of do like a quick survey of the situation before you do that?
Yes, being an expert on all these things.
Yeah.
I'm sure that will help.
I guess this would be a survival check.
Oh dear. Ah, I get a 19 minus 1 for an 18.
Wow. It's a delicate situation. You are savvy enough about these things to know that probably what happened was that switch made something break this icy pillar. And if that pillar was what was holding up these stones, simply removing the stones willy-nilly is likely going to cause more things to come falling down. But from where you are, because you're kind of from the perspective of like post-Caven, it's a little bit hard to sort of see what is weight-bearing right now. All of which goes to say that you could try to dig your way out, but it would probably be better to go slow and carefully.
Right. So, Cal, do you think we can blast out there?
I don't know. The only things that I can really do at this moment is throw a big fireball at it, which might hurt us too. Or might not.
We could run away from it.
We could run away from it. I also don't know, it's rock. I don't know that lighting it on fire will actually work. I'm so mad.
I'm not surprised you're mad. I mean, I'm really sorry that guy you maybe liked turned out to be an assassin panther.
Yeah.
That really sucks.
Thanks.
Don't you just hate when that happens?
Look at it this way. You're going to get a killer stand-up comedy routine out of this if you make it out of this cave.
I know. Listen.
What's the deal?
What's the deal? Helena, my luck in love is pretty much ends up this way. So
We should talk about that sometime.
Yeah.
We'll get out first.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I
Okay.
don't know. Should we try to see what's down that other path
Yes.
just to see? Okay.
But let's be careful about potential
Yes.
traps.
Yes. And I'm just gonna
within
cast
traps.
dancing lights, just to help us see a little bit, because at this point, who cares if people know we're here?
Okay.
As you turn down the path on the remaining cave, you see that the room beyond it holds nothing but a gigantic pile of bones. Probably this was the place where whatever predator made its home here once. Like, this was probably like the main room in which it fed and lived. But right now, there's a pile of bones here and very little. You do not see another cave leading out of here. You do not see another path that goes deeper into the mountain.
Okay.
So
Pool time.
the last thing we could do is check out the pool.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'll do my best to warm us up after jumping in there, but it's gonna be cold.
Before we do this, because that is going to like set off a couple of Helena will be soaking wet dominoes. You do have the sending stone.
Yes, that's a good idea.
Do.
We should
I think we've just been resisting dragging
Yeah.
Satus away unnecessarily.
Yeah.
With your frivolous trapped in a cave by our enemy problems, yeah.
It's humiliating.
It is.
We want to get out.
Like, look, if you don't want to use it yet, I'm happy to cut to Satus, the Satus training montage. But, like, if we're going to break that glass, then I just want to know if we're going to break it.
Well, I mean, I guess it sort of depends on what we might find in the pool.
Okay.
But
yeah, you tell me.
You can warm me up, right? I mean, we have fire.
Yeah, well, I can make fire. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just going to take off quite a lot of my clothes so that most
I'll
of them are dry.
I'll look away.
Very fair.
Give you some privacy.
Great.
Yeah. Though at this point.
Yep.
At this point, Cal, we're just going to give up and eat each other? Is that where this is going? Privacy not a thing?
No.
Yeah, I don't think we're there yet.
We're not there yet.
Okay. Taking most of my clothes off, putting my cap on. Sure hope I can see down there.
So this is the problem. Like, you know, like you can see that the pool goes down at least 10 feet, but like you can't see the bottom, and it is quite dark down there.
I'm wondering whether this is gonna...
If this is gonna help at all. Maybe we should just call Satus.
Yeah, our options are pull, blast away out, call Satus, explain ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. It's your call, Helena. I don't want to make you jump down there.
You already took your
I don't mind jumping
off.
down there.
Yeah. Isn't that always how it is, though? You once you actually get to the water, then it's like, oh no, I don't want to do this.
Okay, well, I'm very bendy. So I think what I would do initially, I want to stick my face in there and see if I can see anything.
Oh, that's good.
You can see a couple of feet down, but like there's kind of like a dark like bottom of the pool that just like descends downwards, and you can't see that. Also,
I'm gonna call him.
I just want to point out, this is ice cold water. You don't need to worry about breathing, but that cap does nothing to up your tolerance to cold. If you stay in that water for too long, you will start taking levels of exhaustion.
Okay. Yeah.
Are you gonna do it?
I don't know.
I'm calling Satus.
Okay.
Okay.
And before you do, Mike, just like an animal handling check, just to see how Satus is doing in this particular bit of training. You had like a break for lunch. You got to hear like some stories. You got some more pointers. And we're now like, it's probably like 2 p.m. How has Satus's training been going?
Well, this animal handling check was a 14.
You're getting the hang of it. I think that means that you just completed your first full uninterrupted loop around the entire racetrack without like falling over, without needing to stop, without anything. And Akali and Grima will both like give you like little claps as you come back around. And Grima will go, "That was awesome." And Akali will go, "It was also in a fourth of the time that it should have been, but we're going to get there when we get there. For now, very, very good."
You know, I'm doing what I can, and I feel like there's been progress on this day, and we can continue to have progress as we continue.
They both give you a thumbs up, and at that moment, a ghastly image of Cal appears in front of you and says, in 25 words or less,
It was a trap. Inspector was Rakshasa trapped in cave, trying to get out. Rakshasa gone. Help. Please. Sorry. How many more words
you
do I
have
have?
5 left.
5.
I have 5 left. Hello. We are okay for now.
And with that, the ghastly image of Cal fades. Satus, you get to reply. You need to do it in 25 words or less.
I'll get there as... I gotta remember, I guess I have to go. I'll get there as fast as possible. We'll see if I can bring help. Stay safe, stay warm, kick that guy's ass for me. Bye.
Very good.
And then Satus would turn to the other two. As much as I don't want to cut training short, it feels like
You're gonna try to cut training short, aren't you? You're gonna try to weasel your way out of the
you
responsibilities.
literally heard what's happening. Are you or are you not coming with me?
So they did not hear what was happening. Like,
Oh,
only
they
you
did
heard
not.
what Cal... Like,
Oh.
so from their perspective, you just, like, muttered 25 words into nothingness. Like, they did not hear anything that Cal just said.
Okay, well then I would... Satus relays the information and then asks, are you coming with me?
This is what
or not?
happens when you get out of training. This is what happens when you do not do this. You end up trapped in a cave by evil assassin cat creature. And Grima will kind of go like, really? Yeah, like, you think that this is going to be setting up a... okay, whatever. Alright, fuck it. Like, lives are very clearly on the line here. Let's get Scar back into the stables. And we'll get up there with I don't know. And the Kali will sort of shrug and go, "Don't look at me. I specialize in the monsters, not in the excavation of caves and tunnels."
Okay, I mean, whatever we can do that would get us there as quickly as possible, let's make it happen, because I don't know what could happen. I don't know what's in store. Who knows how thick this trap is.
Grima's like, "Yeah, absolutely. We can definitely get going, but not to put too fine a point on it, Satus, we can get you there, but there may be other people to talk to in town that might be able to help dig them out if that's the call of business."
Okay, yeah, sure. Any recommendation, I'm happy to take it.
Father Kargoth is extremely good with pickaxe and hammer. He would be very good for this. If you can put up with his prattling about how, the thing would be to convince him that it is worth digging them out instead of letting them dig themselves out. But if he can be convinced, he will be very, very helpful in the dig.
Okay, I mean, yeah, he's
And
the
Grima
Frost
will
Walker.
go. And Red Eye used to be a builder and an engineer. He's probably a good person to figure out how to do this safely and quickly.
Okay, yeah, I'll talk to both of them.
They exchange a look and turn back to you and go, Tarok is a champion stonebreaker. Like, if there's a person to get someone out of a cave, like if it was a local in town, he'd be the person to ask, but I don't know if you want to put yourself through that.
I'll talk to him. Why not? We'll see. And if he's going to be a stink, then so be it. But,
They,
desperate times call for dealing with assholes.
they kind of like nod and go, okay, so Halls of Rhyme, the Black Song, then the Haunt, and then we're going. All right.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Cut to... Ah, my friend Satus. 2 times in a day. What a blessing.
Yo, happy to be here. Wish it was under better circumstances. Look, I know you are the Frost Walker. I think we need some of that frost to be walked upon.
I worship the Frostwalker.
You sorry.
Frostwalker.
All right.
Please,
Look, I know
do
you
not
are.
strike me down because of his blasphemy. I did not take the credit.
You are a worshiper of the Frostwalker, and we
Yes.
need some of that frost walking to happen. My friends are trapped in an ice cave. Can you help us out?
Point the way. Let me grab my pickaxe. No persuasion
Perfect.
roll necessary. Let us do this.
Oh,
Love it. I love having this guy in the team.
Yay!
Cut to the inn. Ah, Mr. Incurtum. What can I do you for?
Well, I've heard your building skills could help me out with a particular predicament that we've got going on. My 2 friends are trapped in an ice cave. Do you think you could utilize some excavation tactics?
I would be very happy to help, but my leg isn't what it used to. It's going to take me probably half a day to get up to the sheer. I'm happy to help out, but I don't want to slow you down if it's going to be too much time before I'm helpful.
Is Akali with me, or am I solo on these?
Let's say that like Grima and Akali have like tagged along with you while Father Kargoth is like getting his like mining equipment.
So I would turn to Agreement Akali. You guys, you don't have like a transportation type beast that would be adept at traveling this? Are we all walking? Is there anything that could help us with transportation?
They kind of look at each other and then they like, have like a little animated conversation. And then, he sort of goes, Grima will go, Red Eye can take my steed. Like I can walk and like we'll make it work. We can speed this up.
Thank you.
He can ride Kemal. It'll be good.
All right, Red Eye, that sound good?
Yeah, sure. Let me grab a couple of my tools and I can meet you on the eastern gate.
Perfect. We have one final stop.
this is very impressive.
I'm like really like emotional.
So
No one comes through like Satus.
Yeah.
you haven't been to the Haunt just yet. It is sort of
Right.
like the big Viking style, like think like Beowulf Mead Hall that is in the northern side of town. And as you sort of like approach, you kind of have like, like some guys just doing like smithing on like an open anvil on the side of the building. On the other side of it, some guys are like wrestling. A guy is walking in with like a keg of beer, like just kind of like very like bro energy. And as you are sort of coming in towards the left side of the building, actually walking up towards the path is Tarok, flanked now by his like 2 like buddies and kind of mid conversation with them. And he'll kind of like come to a halt when he sees you, and he'll sort of go like, all right, what brings your sorry carcass to this part of town? Don't tell me you already lost the dinosaur and need someone to clean up your mess.
I don't need someone to clean up that mess, but I would, and I'm floored that I'm saying this, I would love to help you clean up a different mess that my friends and I found ourselves in.
Okay, What trouble have you caused for my city? What's the issue?
Well, we had been attacked previously by an assassin, and then someone came to town saying that they were hunting that assassin. We teamed up with them, and then my friends have found out the hard way that inspector was actually the assassin in disguise. And now they are trapped in an ice cave, and you're big and strong, and I figured you could help us out and also help maybe kick this guy's ass. And if you really care about the town, this guy is potentially going to terrorize it. So if you would help us, we would very much appreciate it. And I know we've had our grumblings in the past, but I would love to let bygones be bygones because my friends need me.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Okie dokie.
Without disadvantage. I think that you would have if
Okie
you would have advantage if you were not exhausted. It'll just be a straight persuasion.
Sure. That is 18.
He'll nod and he'll sort of go, they're trapped in a cave-in?
Yeah.
He'll nod and he'll sort of purse his lips together and let out this ear-piercing wolf whistle. And instantly sort of, all of these burly dudes stop and they turn over to look at him. And he'll kind of go, all right, Wolfgren clan, hands up if you are less than 3 drinks in. And it's about 2/3 of the people of these guys raise their hands. And he goes, all right, 20 minutes, Eastern Gate. Pickaxes, mining equipment, ropes, mountaineering. Rescue Protocol 1. See you all there. And as they all kind of start scrambling off to get the stuff, he'll turn to you and go, I don't care what you've brought into this town. I think that you are all more trouble than you're worth. Nobody deserves to die that way. And whatever our personal differences are, the only way that anyone lives out here in the Teldorath is by standing up to the Teldorath. So you got your Stonebreakers. We'll get them out.
Satus reaches out his hand to shake his hand and says, thank you. Let's go save our friends and potentially kick some ass.
He'll return your handshake. Cut to the cave. What are we doing, folks?
I'm still so furious about that guy, Cal. You know the most annoying bit? The most annoying bit was when he offered me the chance to pull the lever. I just thought he was trying to make me feel involved. I'm so furious about that. And you know what? You still smell of apples and it's kind of getting old.
I am never eating an apple again. What really gets me is, I don't know, all of it. And for some reason, I trusted him and
we all did. We all did.
Yeah. And I don't know. I'm glad we didn't bring our dragons. Hopefully they're good with me. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, well, we've sent our message.
Mm-hmm.
I guess all we can try to do is, I think, start to dig ourselves out.
Carefully?
Carefully.
Okay, I'll put my clothes back on.
Okay, yeah. That's probably a good idea. Though I support you, whatever, you.
No, it's a good idea. It's cold.
Doing. It is cold.
Yeah, that the paradoxical undressing or whatever that's called. Yeah.
So, okay. Well, I guess I think there's nothing for it but to slowly try to dig ourselves out.
Okay. We should start by moving the rocks at the bottom.
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the best way to do it?
I've never been in a cave-in before.
Yeah.
I guess it depends if there are more rocks to come or if this is more or less it. Let's try one.
Okay.
How about survival checks from both of you, please?
What?
Wait a second, are you sure?
That's not terrible.
Another 14 minus 1 is 13.
15.
You perhaps get the idea that it might be good to begin by kind of clearing out the pieces that are obviously loose gravel, because that way you will at least be able to see sort of like the pieces that are lodged, and that will give you like a better idea of what you're doing. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. We're going to clear out the loose pieces.
That sounds right.
Meanwhile, back at Gnarlsroot, as you arrive at the eastern gate, Satus, it is like a motley but pretty impressive crew of like people there. It's you, Ikali, and Grima. Grima sort of getting off his dinosaur Kemal and helping Red Eye get on top of it. The like massive 7-foot frame of Father Kargoth, just kind of like a gigantic wolf pelt over him, like a bundle of pickaxes and like rope pulled over one shoulder. And then like on the other side of it is just like this like crew of like 7, whatever the Viking equivalent of Lax Bros is, including Tarok and his 2, like, and like, the big guy and the squirrely guy that are always with him, sort of, like running over a couple of like tactics. And, Ikali will sort of take it all in and go, I think that's everyone. Ready? Let's do it.
All right.
Love this so much.
It's incredible, isn't it? It's incredible.
Satus, roll me a survival check, please.
Let's see how I do that. Okay, that is a 17 plus 4 for a 21.
With disadvantage?
Okay, let's see. That is a... Yes, it is, because I just rolled a 19.
All right.
Excellent. So even though you have like a large party, again, like these are people that like know their way around here. You're all like motivated. Grima is still like handling navigational duties, so you make it to the Sheer pretty quickly.
Awesome.
But by the time that you get there, it is basically a little bit after dusk. So you need to kind of do the descent in darkness, which like slows some of it down. And what Cal and Helena probably did in maybe like half hour, 40 minutes, it takes like the crew of you probably closer to like 2 hours to like get everyone down there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But as soon as Red Eye and Father Kargoth, and they're sort of some of the first people down there, Red Eye actually kind of goes like strapped in a harness next to like Father Kargoth so that they can like descend safely together. As soon as they get down there, instantly they start to kind of go into this like engineering evaluation of the cave-in and start to kind of like mark out like, yes, over here, no, over here, yes, this is weight bearing, we need to reinforce this, but we can kind of like tunnel in this way. And soon, even though it is night and the wind is absolutely howling and freezing, you have this crew of people just like blasting away with pickaxes at this like caved in cave entrance. Cal and Helena, roll me attack rolls at this point.
Okay. Just straight D20.
Yeah, well, like what are you using to try to excavate yourself? Are you like blasting it with firebolts? Are you?
Yeah, I think I would be throwing firebolts at it.
All right.
As to try to, I don't know, explode them, little small rocks.
Very good, very good.
More in the pickaxe line myself.
Yeah.
But probably like what, with your sword?
I
don't think you have a pickaxe.
We picked some up for the climbing, didn't we?
But which are now lodged up to hold the rope, the lines that you use to descend.
Okay.
Okay, sword then.
Yeah.
Right. So what were your attack rolls?
So I rolled a 15 plus 7, so 22.
With a firebolt, it's like, like extends out from your fingers, and as it impacts against the stone, you see some steam let off, and some rocks start to melt away.
Yeah.
And I rolled a 14 plus. Am I using my hit modifier?
Yeah, like just like if you were attacking a creature with your sword, like same as that,
Fine.
like whatever. All right.
A plus 6.
Yeah, in that case, you're able to sort of like start to split some of the larger stones that are in your way. But it is like the progress is steady, but it is slow. Satus, what are you doing to like help in the operation? Are you grabbing a pickaxe and like walking away at it? Are you sort of coordinating people? Are you, singing a song to sort of keep time with the digging? Like, what is Satus doing to contribute to the effort?
I feel like I feel like trying to make sure the group is as cohesive as possible. Like talking with all of the different people with their different expertise and just making sure that like you're getting the most out of everyone in the team. So very much like when you have, I don't know, like a project manager who understands, like with a bunch of specialists, and you're trying to like make sure that each of them are doing it while being humble enough to recognize like, I'm the expert in none of these things. So I'm not going to try to like act like I know what's going on, but more of like, touching base with each relevant person along the way and making sure they're contributing their best efforts.
Awesome. I think that would be an insight check then.
Cool. So that is, where is insight? There it is. That would be 2 + 4, 6. I'm trying.
You're doing great.
Yeah.
No one.
It's appreciated, and at a certain point, I think Tarok is like, "Dude, we got this. Like, like it's gonna be fine. I promise. Like, don't worry. Like, we got it." And they do work through the night. Just in a certain point, Cal and Helena, you go from hearing absolutely nothing to hearing sort of the like dull, vibrations of pickaxes against stone and the like slight tick 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 sound of excavations like boring their way through you. At a certain point, Satus, behind you all, the sun rises. You've now worked through the night. So I need Constitution saving throws from everybody because that is another night without sleep for all of you.
16 + 2, so 18.
Okay, so you do not take another level of exhaustion, Satus.
Thank goodness.
6 + 5 for 11.
Yeah, you definitely do take one, Cal.
No.
2 + 6 for 8.
Yes, so you are now all level 1 exhausted. You now all have a disadvantage on ability checks. And you also sort of get the like suddenly like the sending stone in your pocket, Cal, and your pocket, Satus, they both feel a little weightier and a little heavier, letting you know that they can be used again at the start of a new day, which is also, Cal, your first indication that the sun has risen because you have been in that cave without any real external stimulus the entire time.
I guess we can use these again. I guess that means it's a new day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's a
Whoa.
brand new day.
Yeah. It's a great song.
Yeah, you know that one. Yeah.
I think so, yeah. Stop laughing.
Yeah.
Come on, we're okay.
Okay, we're fine.
Okay. Yeah,
we're not just
fine.
delirious.
It's not like everything's going very badly.
Nope. It's all going to be fine. We're going to
Stone.
kill that Rakshasa.
Are we?
Right?
Are we?
We are. We are
Okay.
going to kill that guy.
Yeah, we are.
Starting to see things flying in front of my face.
The what now?
Nothing. Never mind.
You were saying about the stone.
The stone. We could call
Right.
Satus again. See how he's doing. I hope he's okay. I hear
Maybe-
something. Maybe
Yeah,
that's them, or maybe
that's
that's somebody
great.
else. Yeah.
See if they have anything that we could do to help that they know that we don't know, maybe.
Yeah. So I will. Here, do you want to call him this time?
I guess.
It's fun.
But I don't know what to say other than like question mark, really.
I think
That'd be
that's
funny.
enough.
Just
Yeah.
question mark? Pop.
I think that's what I'm going for.
Yeah. Oh.
No. I say, right. We can hear you. We're okay. Anything we can be doing. Yeah, it's kind of, yeah.
Cool. We'll count that last as like 3 words.
Yeah,
And that'll be it. Satus, the ghostly image of Helena appears before you.
Mhm.
And by this point, everyone is like, they're encouraged by the amount of progress that they've made, but everyone is like yawning, they're stretching.
Mhm.
Red Eye has like a little like a mini pot of Kerva that he's like brewing and handing out to people.
I just got handed some magical Kerva.
Me and team digging down. Good to know we're close. Can't wait to see you soon and get out of this pickle we're currently in.
Oh, pickle.
I could go for a pickle right now.
Yeah, I would love a pickle.
Yeah.
Satus is great.
Yeah, I love Satus.
Let's try this one more
Yeah.
time. Satus, now that it's a new day, what are you doing to contribute to the excavation effort?
I think now that we have the message, it would be more of like motivation of like, now we have confirmation that we're close. So it would just be like a rousing speech of, team, thank you all so much for doing this and helping on such short notice and such, you barely know who we are. Just gotten word from them via the sending stone that we are close. So let's do that final push and get them free and get them the hell out of here.
So I think that would be a persuasion check.
Cool. Disadvantage
Yes.
or
Disadvantage.
Okay. That would be an 11.
It does. It moves the needle for sure. Like, I think that like everyone at this point is like exhausted, and like there's definitely a little bit of like, yeah, we know, shut up. But also like your words are like from the heart and very true, and you sort of see after by the time that you're done, like Father Kargoth like nodding along, and Akali and Grima give you like a little bit of a smile, and it's maybe 3 hours after that when the sound of the excavation gets louder and louder, and suddenly, Cal, with like a cracking sound by where you're standing, a boulder splits and breaks apart, revealing holding a gigantic stonebreaker sledgehammer, like, bare-chested, covered in sweat and grime and granite dust. The figure of Tarok holding this, like, gigantic sledgehammer. And he'll sort of go,
Wow.
"They're still alive, everyone!" And you sort of hear this, like, tired, like, "Yay!" from everyone behind them. But over them, a much more energetic, "That's good!" from Father Kargoth.
Yeah. I think I'm just gonna run forward and hug Tarok around.
Wow.
I'm actually a married man. This is.
Sorry. I wasn't trying to.
I understand.
I'm just very grateful.
Yes,
We
no.
both are. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for
No.
rescuing us both. We did not expect to see you, and
Nope.
hugely appreciate.
How about a handshake? That's a very appreciative,
Right.
great gratitude handshake.
Absolutely.
Yes. And I think
I
that
have
there's a
embarrassed
man that
myself
wants to
enough
hug
today.
you more back there. Yes.
Oh, Satus.
Satus.
So good to see you both. Run in, big
Yeah.
group
Your
hug.
hug.
Yay.
Group hug.
I think Cal's in the middle.
Oh, Satus, this is incredible. You brought like a whole army of the
And at that moment,
town.
you're interrupted by the three of you getting a simultaneous hug from Father Kargoth, being
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"You survived! You faced the Frostwalker's fury, and you're still amongst the living and richer for it. Very good. Excellent."
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Father Kargoth.
Thank you for the Gargoth.
He slaps you across the back. Ugh.
This is really. I'm not
This is incredible.
100% convinced that I'm not hallucinating, but I'm very, very touched that you all came for us.
Of course.
Yeah.
Now,
It was the least we could do, says Akali.
What happened?
Yes, I'm very curious about the details.
So,
So
Hang on, one second.
Yeah.
Everyone gather close so we can hear what happened.
Yeah.
Please. Tarok, leave the cave alone. We need to hear details. Come forward.
But obviously, Grima and Akali and Satus, you all met him, and he didn't seem like a
Didn't seem
Rakshasa.
like
So
a panther shadow ghost.
Yeah, Father
No.
Kargoth and Rede will both kind of go like that. When we met him, he seemed very nice and very polite. Yes.
Yeah. And he was
So,
quite good looking, right?
Cal, please.
Sorry. Never mind.
Are we
Red-Eye will
explaining
sort of
about-
go, he did seem very particular about what he touched, and he didn't want to shake my hand at the inn, so... I suppose in retrospect there were some warning signs, but it was a very convincing illusion.
Yeah. And nobody, I guess we just got to add that to the list of things to look out for. People who don't take off their gloves and won't shake your hand.
The worst of it is he's still out there.
Yes, I did hit him really hard with some fire.
Cal did hit him really hard with some fire. She's
But-
pretty mad.
I was very mad. And he tricked us into, pulling the, we thought it would lead us, and
I don't suppose there are any tracks around.
Everyone kind of like looks down
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they realize that like there are a lot of tracks, all the tracks of them coming and going in and out over the night in the course of the excavation. Tarok will go, well, this is a long and lovely story, but I want to get back home to rest up. Don't you know there's a race day after tomorrow, and I need to get my beauty sleep to be ready to win that race.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna want to look good from the second place podium booth.
Yeah.
One of the guys
But, like,
behind, one of
smiling
the
way.
second guys
Yeah,
behind
yeah.
him is like, second place podium booth. What are they talking about? Yeah, and Grima will sort of go,
You know what?
second place is not a concept that is prized here.
You don't have a podium booth for second place?
No.
Okay. Well, we're incredibly grateful to all of you.
We are really touched.
Everyone will nod, and Tarok will say something similar to what he said to Satus before of, hey, as annoying and troublesome as I think you are, nobody deserves to die alone, cold in a cave. We can be above that much pettiness, at least.
Well, I appreciate that, and I feel
Thank
like
you.
we can compete on a level of basic respect and congeniality.
All right, let's start moving up. Here, come on. And,
Okay.
he and a couple of, like, the bros that are with him start to kind of, like, climb up the lines. And as sort of, like, the first group goes, Father Kargoth will, like, lean in close to you guys, and then what for him, at least, is a whisper, will sort of go, see? Not so bad once you get to know him. He'll be a good leader for the community. And he's more dependable in a tight spot than Lurian Barghest ever would be. Just something to consider.
Fair
Yeah.
enough, Father Kargov. I think we've all learnt something about town today. Food for thought.
All right, come on, Red-Eye. Let's start the climb ourselves. Which leaves the two of you, or the three of you, with Akali and Grima. As Grima sort of goes, well, this is going to be real exciting now that you guys have one day of training ahead of you.
We're gonna do our best. Obviously this isn't what we had planned, and what's done is done, and can't go back, only can go forward, so try to make the most of it.
Well said, Satus, but I think it's going to be one hell of a race. Let's get back to town. Me and Grima, we'll get some sleep, recover. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow. 5th bell. And Grima's like, 5th bell? Oh, yeah, well. 5th bell. Sounds good. We'll do that pre-dawn training.
Looking forward to it.
Hey.
And I think on that note, that is where we will leave it as all of you start to make your climb up the sheer and back towards Gnarl's route. I think that will be it for this episode of 20 to Midnight.
All right.
Okay. What a
So
fun
we
one,
learned some lessons.
What were these lessons, Emma? If we had to enumerate the lessons.
Never split the party.
I don't know.
Weirdly, though,
We got
splitting
rescued,
the party-
didn't we?
Splitting the
Yeah,
party made that
actually.
trap way less effective than I
Yeah.
thought it was going to be.
Actually,
yeah.
yes.
Like that
you're
was
right.
designed to catch all three of you hopefully underground.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We learnt about the town. We learnt a lot from splitting the party.
Yeah, we
Mhm.
actually did. We brought everybody together. But yes, I guess the lesson we learned above all is that Cal has truly terrible taste in men, which will be a guiding principle going forward.
Just like a dashing, suave policeman with a dark and
Yeah.
troubled past roars into town, and instantly it's like, ooh, tell me more.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
What a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this good time would not be possible without our patrons.
Mhm.
Most notably Rena at our highest level. And I think a couple of people have joined recently and we haven't thanked them on the
Oh.
stream. Maybe.
Let me see.
While you guys
Yeah.
look this up, let's just quickly do our credits. This has been 20 to Midnight. It is performed by Beth, Eyre, Emma Sherr-Ziarko, and Mike Schubert. It is dungeon mastered and adventure designed by me, Gabriel Urbina. It features original music by Alan Rohde and beautiful original artwork by Mikaela Buckley. And our
I believe
shout
the
out
names
thanks.
that we have not said. Yeah, so shout out to Harsimran Singh as well as Marnie Cope, who
Hey.
both
Yeah.
joined. So thank you both so much.
Absolutely.
Thank
And
you
if
very
we
much.
haven't thanked you yet, Tina Daniels also I know is on there as well.
Mhm.
So yes, and
You
also
make these
some-
very silly adventures possible, really.
Yeah, you make this ridiculousness. And if you haven't subscribed yet on YouTube, please do that. We're very
Please
close
do.
we're very close to 500 subscribers on there, which is halfway to what we need to let them start giving us money for the ads they play on our videos.
Right, like once again, we are kind
Yeah.
of in the space where they make money off of us, but they don't give
Yeah.
us any money.
Any of it.
So
Yeah.
the faster that we get to 1,000 subscribers, the sooner we will be able to actually get paid for our labor.
Yes.
As fun a labor as it is.
Absolutely. And speaking of, I think we're going to be making some Patreon goals
Sometime very
involving making a Discord and an audio version of the show, which I know lots of you have asked about, and is definitely on our list. We just kind of need to get to a point where we can commit the time to it. Yeah, but this was fun.
Good times.
Good times.
All right,
Great
everybody.
goals.
Thank you so much for everything. We'll be back soon to, I think we're almost at a preamble before the big dinosaur race. So
Yeah.
let's see how that goes. So
This is getting stressful.
It's very, very stressful.
that's what we do here. That's what we aim for.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you soon. Have a good rest of your days. Bye-bye.
Bye.